Small Finance Bank plans to extend its product offerings to Fincare Small Finance Bank's branches, marking the initial phase of the integration process between the two entities. According to AU's Managing Director and CEO Sanjay Agrawal, the merger, approved by the Reserve Bank of India on Tuesday, is expected to provide O with access to Fincare's specialized portfolios in microfinance. Today's next news is, the US dollar experienced a widespread decline after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell indicated that the central bank is nearing confidence in achieving its 2% inflation goal, suggesting potential interest rate cuts. Powell emphasized the importance of ensuring sustainable inflation before easing restrictions to avoid economic downturns. Meanwhile, the euro rebounded against the dollar, reaching a 6-week high following the European Central Bank's decision to maintain steady rates. Despite acknowledging cooling inflation, Powell's remarks align with his earlier statements that interest rate cuts could be considered, based on evidence of declining inflation. Today's next news is, Servotech Power Systems has announced a 100 crore rupees investment in establishing a manufacturing facility for electric vehicle charger components in Sonipat, Haryana. The facility will initially produce 24,000 power modules annually, with plans to increase capacity to 2.4 lakh to meet the rising demand in the Indian EV market. The components will include power modules, control circuits, and power line communications, aiming to position Servotech as a preferred supplier for EV chargers and OEM supplier for Indian EV charger manufacturers. Today's next news is, Karnataka and Rajasthan have initiated India's inaugural auction of exploration licenses for vital minerals, aiming to enhance the nation's domestic supply chain for raw materials supporting the transition to green energy. Karnataka's auction includes a block of gold, copper, and lithium, while Rajasthan offers 3 blocks featuring rare earth elements, rare metals, and potash minerals. This move aligns with the central government's push for self-sufficiency in critical minerals, crucial for green technologies. The license holders will explore and identify areas for potential mining lease auctions, boosting state revenues. Today's next news is, Xiaomi has unveiled its flagship camera-centric Xiaomi 14 series, featuring 2 models, Xiaomi 14 and Xiaomi 14 Ultra, developed in collaboration with German camera manufacturer Leica. These smartphones boast advanced features like Leica Simulix optics and a 75mm floating telephoto lens, priced at 59,999 rupees. The Xiaomi 14 series aims to redefine mobile imaging. The Xiaomi 14 Ultra, available from April 12, offers a 16GB plus 512GB variant for 99,999 rupees. With reservations open from March 11 for the Reserve Edition at 9,999 rupees, featuring exclusive accessories. Today's next news is, India's electronics industry, represented by the India Cellular and Electronics Association, ICEA, has surpassed its decade-old target, making the country the world's second largest mobile phone manufacturer. Over the past 10 years, India produced 2.45 billion mobile phone units worth 4.1 lakh rupees crore. The sector, including major players like Apple, Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, and Lava, transitioned from 78% import dependence in 2014 to 97% self-sufficiency today. With only 3% of mobile phones sold being imported, the industry fell slightly short of its 20 lakh rupees crore target, reaching 19.45 lakh rupees core cumulative production. Today's next news is, the Union Cabinet has granted approval for a 10,371.92 crore rupees artificial intelligence program, focusing on establishing computing infrastructure through public-private partnerships. The India Artificial Intelligence Program includes initiatives to build a high-end scalable artificial intelligence computing ecosystem, develop indigenous multimodal models, and promote artificial intelligence applications in critical sectors, Support will also be extended to accelerate deep tech artificial intelligence startups, and responsible artificial intelligence projects will be implemented, encompassing the development of indigenous tools and frameworks, according to a government statement. Today's next news is, in celebration of International Women's Day 2024, Amazon India has launched a range of policies and programs to enhance women's representation in professional growth, from recruitment to talent development. Initiatives like Rekindle, Ramp Back, Voice, and Women in Night Shift support women at different career stages within the organization. External programs like Amazon Saheli, AmazeWit, Amazon Wow, and Amazon Future Engineer extend this support to women beyond the workforce. Amazon India's collaboration with Global Alliance for Mass Entrepreneurship aims to boost digital growth for women entrepreneurs in India. Today's next news is, Rakesh Gangwal, co-founder of Indigo, intends to sell a 3.3% stake in Interglobe Aviation, aiming to raise approximately $450 million. According to undisclosed sources, the proposed block deal sets the floor price at 2,925 rupees per share, offering a 5.8% discount to the last closing price. Investment banks Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, and Goldman Sachs are advising Gangwal on the transaction, as indicated in the reviewed deal term sheet. Immediate comments from Rakesh Gangwal and the involved investment banks were not available. Today's next news is, in February, the Indian pharmaceutical market showed a 9% rise in value, driven by positive growth in major therapeutic categories such as cardiac, anti-infective, and anti-neoplastic systems. However, the respiratory segment experienced a decline of -11.7% in unit growth rate following a winter surge. Sheetal Sapale, Vice President Commercial at PharmaTrack, attributed the growth to new product launches and pricing strategies, while acknowledging minimal volume growth. The overall unit growth for the Indian pharma market in February was a modest 0.2%.